Welcome to Season 2 of the Book Flood podcast. I am your host, Tom Nixon. My guest this week is visual artist Andrès Dennis. Edward is the author of the Boy from Mexico series of graphic novels. Edward has been featured in the Hispanic Stars Rising Volume 3 for his contributions to Latino excellence. Welcome, Edward.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you could be with me today, especially for the beginning of Season 2. Always a good start to have someone new. Why don't we start by talking a little bit about your career trajectory? How did you get to here?
Yeah, no problem. I actually started out as a special education teacher with AmeriCorp. So I joined AmeriCorp. They needed teachers, especially special education teachers in the inner city of Phoenix, Arizona. And I started working. My mother was a Head Start teacher, and my dad was a custodian at Cartwright School District, which is another district in the inner city. So I was like, hey, I'll just, be a teacher. And doing that, I was also an artist at the same time. So as my art skills got better and I got kind of tired of teaching and all the paperwork, I decided I could probably help the students better by creating books for them.
How nice. Yes, especially being a special education teacher, the mounds of paperwork is overwhelming.
It's crazy. You were doing, 5 hours of paperwork every day, and it got to a point where I was like not seeing the students as much as I wanted. So then I was like, you know what? I at that point I'd worked for Disney already and Paramount doing art stuff, marketing, and I was like, I need to just do something different to reach the kids, and this wasn't it.
Sounds like a good choice for you. So your latest book is The Boy from Mexico Becomes a U.S. Citizen, but this is actually part of a series of books, as I have seen. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so these books are about my great-grandfather. I'm third generation Mexican-American, and I was teaching in the inner city, like I mentioned earlier, and a lot of students had a question about their heritage, my heritage, and I couldn't really find books that talked about that specific subject, so I wrote my own trilogy, and these books are for K through third graders, and they are showing the journey of my great-grandfather. The first book is about him crossing the border. The second one is about him as a farm worker, and this latest one that comes out October 14th is about him becoming a citizen and opening up his own business.
Oh, fascinating. Now, you call this a trilogy. Are there more books to come, or are we stopping at a trilogy and going in another direction?
Yeah, so there are more books to come because they are selling well. I originally only wanted to make one because I have a different series, a lot of other books to say that I'm working on. So, when something sells well, you're kind of silly not to make more. So I'm currently writing another one. So there will be 4 probably later on next year. Who knows?
Oh, nice. What motivates you as a writer?
That's a good question. I used to get F's and D's in writing when I was in like reading and writing in elementary school and high school. And nothing against my teachers. I just don't think they knew how to reach me because I always liked to write. My writing didn't always look good. My handwriting's terrible. When computers became popular, I'm in my mid-30s, so I was there to see them become popular, and that helped me write a lot better. So I'm just motivated by all the ideas I have in my head, and I'm glad I don't have to use a pencil or a pen to write them all because my handwriting is terrible. It's not like drawing. When I draw, I feel great. My hand doesn't cramp, but when I start writing even a sentence, it's not good. So yeah, I'm just motivated by just telling stories, whatever's in my head, whether it's something that's true that happened to my family or something fantastical.
Nice. What is your writing process like? Are you someone who does a lot of drafts, or what does that look like for you?
So that's a really good question. I was just reflecting on this the other day. I have a graphic novel that I just finished. It's 300 pages. It's going to be split 100-page sections. I just finished inking it. So I did the pencils, I inked it, I wrote it. But the writing process, I went through a couple drafts. Like I'm on my third final draft. And this is before the editor even gets it. I start by drawing images. So I don't write anything first. I draw like scenes of what I think is going to happen in the graphic novel or the book. And then I get a feeling about what the words are going to be. It's really weird because as an author illustrator, and I don't know if the viewers probably can't see my background, but back here I have a huge whiteboard. So as an author illustrator, I'm used to writing last because I usually draw first. So I guess
Mm.
that it's a weird process.
Oh, interesting. Why do you think you draw first?
I think I'm more confident as an artist because of elementary school getting all those F's. So in my mind, I've been kind of beaten down as an author
Right.
in the early years. So I always when I was younger, I could always, my teacher was like, "What's your story about?" I'm like, "Well, it's right here." She's like, "I can't read that scribbles." I'm like, "Well, you see this image?" She's like, "Oh yeah, that's beautiful." I'm like, "Thanks, but that's how I see the story." But they didn't. So I guess in my mind, I've been trained to start with art and then I go in and write.
Interesting. What are you working on now?
So I'm working on my graphic novel, like I mentioned, but I'm also working on it becoming adapted to an animated series. I'm working
Oh,
with
neat.
the executive producer of SpongeBob, SquarePants, Bubble Guppies, Cocomelon. She's done a lot of shows. So
Hmm.
right now I pitched to Nickelodeon already. I pitched to a few other studios. I still have to do Amazon and Netflix later this year. So yeah, I'm just in the pitching phase right now for that.
That's exciting. If that comes to fruition, that would be amazing.
Yes, we're very close. So it's mostly her. She's worked with everyone and everything. So I'm just grateful that she saw me and she was like, "Hey, I read your second book. Do you have anything that is more fantasy based rather than, real life?" And I was like, "I do." And that was my graphic novel. And I was like, "What do you think about this?" And she's like, "This would be a perfect like Netflix series." So let's see what happens.
I hope it works out. Do you do many presentations at schools and libraries?
I
That sort
do.
of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I do a ton. I think I do like 40 to 50 a year. So I do a lot.
Nice.
I'm in high demand with schools, which is awesome. I think it's partly because I look like a lot of the students that I'm going to go speak to.
Certainly. So I'll talk a little bit about my connection and how we got connected is that you're coming very shortly to my old stomping grounds, Fresno Unified School District. You have been working with Claire McGarvin, their library services manager, and once upon a time, that was my gig. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in Fresno Unified.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I didn't know that, Tom,
Mm,
that was your stomping ground. My mom is actually from Fresno, so that's how I got. She's passed away now, but
mm.
she went to elementary school there in the '70s. So she would be 59 right now, and yeah, I wanted to go to Fresno because she wanted to show me her old house. My grandfather was a farm worker, so I wrote someone in Fresno and said, "Hey, is there any way I can go like do a presentation? I have a new book coming out." And long story short, they got me in contact with Claire, who's the head of library services. She's amazing, and
She is.
yeah, they are truly amazing. The way she loves the kids and loves literature. And they bought 20,000 books of my new book, and I am going to be there for an entire week. And I will be going to 3 schools a day. I have an event on Thursday at a park. I have 3 events on Saturday at different bookstores. And what I'm doing there is teaching kids how to make their own book, be confident in their heritage. Their book's going to be about their heritage and be confident in Fresno. So that's the 3 things I want them to realize as I have the history in Fresno because of my mom. Yeah, so I just want the kids to make their own book and just be confident in their own skin and as authors and artists.
That's wonderful. It's always nice for Fresno students when they can have real authors come and visit them, but also authors that they can relate to.
Yes, exactly. And I'm glad Claire saw that. So yeah.
Is there a book or a series of books from your childhood that still resonates with you?
Yeah, I don't know if you know who Daniel Pinkwater is. Daniel Magnus Pinkwater. He's done a few like novels and screenplays, but he has a book called The Big Orange Splot.
Mm,
So the Big Orange Splot is about a paint can. It's a seagull carrying a random paint can and it falls on a guy's house and his neighbors get mad. I'm guessing they have HOA, but they get mad and they tell him to paint his house back to normal, and instead he goes crazy and paints it all kinds of crazy colors. And it's really a cool book about individuality, and I read that book all the time still, and it just connects
nice.
to my mom, who used to read
Mm.
aloud to me a lot.
What are you reading now?
Right now, I'm actually reading Hilda. It's a graphic novel. There's a Netflix series, and I'm
Oh,
reading it because I just love how simple it is. It's for kids, but I mean, if you watch the show and you read the graphic novel, it's just really wholesome. And I'm also trying to learn how to become a better, I guess you could say, graphic novelist.
mm.
So
Hmm.
I'm learning myself.
Well, I want to thank you, Edward, for coming on the podcast. I'd like to ask our loyal watchers, listeners, followers to please like, subscribe, and share. And again, thank you, Edward.
Yes, thank you for having me, Tom.
Absolutely.